Hey guys, how's it going? What the hell? Seriously, what the hell? What? I've held back on talking about this for some time. I've probably expressed my feelings towards this like on Facebook or on Twitter or somewhere at some point when it was first announced, but developments have happened on this subject. So there's going to be a Tetris movie. Still saying that makes me cringe inside with every fiber of my being, but there's going to be a Tetris movie. Except that now we found out, like, just literally like a day or so ago, that not only is that, because we haven't heard anything since, you know, its announcement back in, like, I want to say it was either late 2014 or early 2015, I don't remember. Not only is this movie still happening, and it's going stronger than ever, but it's going to be a trilogy! What? How? So they go, we've got enough story to make it really big and expansive, and we're turning it into a trilogy, and I'm over here like, who thought that this was a good idea? Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? I don't... Apparently Larry Kasanoff, because he's the one doing it, and he is so very famous for such, masterpieces as, Food Fight. Yes, that Food Fight. Mortal Kombat. Yes, that Mortal Kombat. And its sequel. And some others I don't fucking remember, but I'm pretty sure that they were well received as well. Tetris the movie. It's gonna be a sci-fi. How can this work? Like, how can this work? It's Tetris! I mean, people that complain about the Ratchet and Clank movie, that is like way better, and that idea is way better than a Tetris movie. There's literally no, not to say Tetris wasn't a big hit back when it came out, because it totally was, but there's technically, let's say this. I was gonna say there's no substance to it, but let's reword that into saying there's no film substance to this game for an adaptation. It's just fucking blocks falling down. You have to fit them into the positions and clear the rows. That's all you have to do, and that's all the game is. So how can you make that into a movie? It's like making Pong into a movie or freaking. I was gonna say Space Invaders, but that would make a better movie. Yeah, it's just shooting aliens, but have you played the PS1 rendition of that game? It's got kind of a story to it. I mean, there's a guy, and he's like a military-esque dude, and they have him test out their super hydraulic, whatever, futuristic tank, and then the invasion comes, and then you play the game, you play through everything, go through all the planets, kill all the aliens, and then the motherships rise up by the end, in the end cutscene. That's spoilers, I don't know, but that's actually kind of a cool plot, and they don't even realize there's no talking, there's no dialogue in that game or anything like that, and somehow that's pretty good as a plot for, if you had to put a plot to a game with otherwise no real plot, then that's kind of the best way to do it. And again, in terms of Space Invaders, because there could be some kind of a substance to it. I mean, if that became a movie, you could like do some kind of Pixels meets Independence Day kind of thing with it. I mean, sort of, as inspiration, I don't know, but Tetris as a movie? How can you, what, the PS1 version of that game, Tetris Plus, where it was the archaeologist and his like little female psychic? But what was even, I don't even remember the plot to that game, if there even was one. It's just that they were looking for shit, and then Tetris is just involved. Like, there's no way to make a plot for Tetris work. There's nothing. It's not meant to have a plot. It's not meant to have characters or super in-depth storylines or character development or none of that. It's a turn your brain off and just play it kind of a game. Well, technically you're not supposed to turn your brain off of this game. It's a puzzle game. So, I mean, you have to think about it. But you know what I mean? It's like more of a relaxing. It's not super, like, messes with your emotions like The Last of Us. Or, you know, super heart-pumpingly crazy like some other games. It's like action games, you know? I don't fucking... It's Tetris! It's Tetris! You can't It's not gonna work. Who are they gonna fucking cast for this shit? Who are they gonna cast? It's gonna just be some fucking cliched ass movie, because it's a sci-fi, so space is going to be somehow involved. The Tetris pieces are aliens, I don't fucking know. How are you gonna make this work? How are they gonna fit Tetris, the game, into the Tetris movie? Like, what? Tetris being in pixels was better. That's the closest you're gonna get to a Tetris movie. Let me preface this entire thing. I know we're a good ways into the video, but this is not the way I wanted to come back to the channel after my hiatus was up. I had other videos planned. I had other things planned. As I just apparently do a lot nowadays. I was moseying around on Twitter and I saw a post and it had an article that led to this news, and I was like, what? A trilogy? You really think you have enough character development, characters, plot, settings, interesting shit to make 3 movies off of this? How's the first one even gonna do? You don't even know how the first one's gonna do. That's talk about putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't even know how the first one's gonna do. What if it does bad? Then no one's gonna give a shit about the other ones. What if they pull a Michael Bay? And they're like, well, oh, it's gonna suck, but we're gonna go see it anyway. Like, is that what you're planning? Is that the whole genius behind it? Like, oh, I already know that it's the Tetris. Like, he's aware it's the Tetris movie. It's gonna suck, but people know, every generation since it came out knows Tetris, so they're gonna wanna go see how it turns out anyway. Well, I'm not doing reviews on it. Unmarked film reviews. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Because it's fucking Tetris, and it's already... this movie project announcement reveal already spells disaster, and it hasn't even... Nothing's been said about it yet, except that it's going to be a trilogy. How? How? Are we really that out of ideas that... For video game... There are so many games out there that have good characters. Well, The Last of Us movie's in development hell! How is that? How is that? And yet Larry Kasanoff has the balls to come out and be like, I'm making a Tetris movie. I don't even... How? That's the one question. How? How can this be that we are going to get a Last of Us movie eventually, but it's in development hell? And this guy's going full force with his fucking movie on Tetris. And then he's gonna make 2 more after. It's so ridiculous and so... I'm sweating. I fucking hate when I get that angry sweat, you know? It happens a lot, and fuck. Oh, I don't... Speak to me. Why is this? Let me know. Tell the fucking team that's doing the movie to hurry the hell up. We need something of substance. Cause say what you will about the Ratchet movie, like I already talked about it, so I'm not gonna like expand too much on that. Just links down below. People thought, okay, well there's the game, that's awesome, but the movie coming out around the same time as the game, and the movie's kind of like, like some people think that. I thought it was pretty good, but it's like, it had characters, it had plot, it had awesome environments. What are you gonna do for a Tetris movie? There are things to take from the games, you know? I don't know. I think it's gonna suck. I think it's gonna tank. I think no one's gonna give a shit about it. And I don't know what the hell this guy is thinking. Well, I'm gonna make this movie about blocks, and then after that I'm gonna make 2 more movies about blocks, and what's it gonna turn into? Fucking, Sharknado, where it's just sequel after sequel and it's like pretty much the same shit. You know? I don't know. Like, as a B movie, that would be like hilarious. People make fan trailers about this shit, and ironically with me saying that a Tetris movie sounds incredibly stupid, link down below to a fan-made trailer that actually made the idea of this kind of sci-fi-ish Tetris thing kind of interesting. Ironically, and it's like, they treat it like it's a sports game in this trailer, and like, it does all this stuff of, oh, my brother died, so I'm gonna take his place, and I'm gonna, you know, avenge him in this game, this dangerous game, and it's like, you know, it looks kind of cool. I mean, as like a funny little fan thing. Maybe that's what the movie should be. I don't know, but it's not gonna work as a big budget, full-length feature film. I can't even say that with a straight face. It's so ridiculous. It's like, what crack were you smoking when you were like, I'm gonna make a Tetris movie? I mean, it makes no sense. It's about as much sense as making a Pong movie or a Robotron movie or fucking... And Robotron was in Pixels too! I mean, Jesus flipping Christ. Oh, this is golden. This is going to go down in history, but I don't think the way that he thinks it will. Like, it's going to be a great movie that's a sci-fi thriller or whatever, and it's going to be a trilogy. It's going to go down in fucking history as like the worst idea. More bad and worse than the Mario movie. As like, this is just complete shit. What the fuck kind of video game adaptation is this? I'm done. I didn't want to, it's probably like 20 minutes long, I don't fucking know. I'm done. What do you guys think? This is my grand return to the channel. I was only gone for about like a week or so, and... I don't know. What do you guys think? No more end slate for a while. It's a little much too much work. I'll probably bring them back later, but I'm gonna keep the videos more simple, the way they kind of, you know, were when I started doing discussion videos and all that. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. Tetris movie trilogy. I don't see that working. I just don't. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let's talk, and stay tuned for videos on better subjects because the Tetris movie. I'm Marcelo. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Oh god.